Hi, it's Nick Leatherland here. So I was just going to do a quick video, bit of a rant video really about saturation. I've recorded a couple of these because they keep going too long, so I'm trying to keep them shorter. The last one was 8 minutes long, so I'm trying to keep it shorter, so I'm going to get into it really quickly. So it's a little bit of a rant about saturation. Now, I don't believe in saturation personally. I believe that if you've got a good product in a good area and it's managed well, you're going to fill the rooms. And I think that most people who do HMOs or service accommodation will agree with that. The people who are most vocal about saturation, i.e. their saturation, those people tend to be the people, in my opinion, who maybe their product isn't as good or not in the right areas or whatever. Now, I know that's a sweeping generalisation. I'm sure there'll be people jumping on this going, Nick, you're talking absolute shite. I've got great properties in great areas, but I'm struggling to fill rooms, or I'm seeing saturation. So I understand that it is a sweeping generalisation and it's not the case everywhere. And some people do have actual saturation problems, such as near universities where people are building, thousand room blocks of apartments and all that kind of thing. I'm not really referring to those sorts of places. I'm referring to, smaller cities, smaller towns where we're doing HMOs, we're renting all the rooms out to professionals and students, and basically the saturation that there is, I say, because I don't really think there is saturation, the saturation that people cry tend to be the people who are buying the houses in the shit areas, they're doing shit renovations on them, they're not doing it properly, and they can't rent the rooms out. And sure, when you first do it up and it looks really good, you rent the rooms out, but a year later, 2 years later, when you didn't bother doing that damp proof course, etc., you didn't do the full rewire, you didn't do the heating system, things are breaking down, suddenly the HMO is costing you loads of money, and suddenly, HMO is a shit strategy, it's not working. That's because you've bought a shitty house in a shitty area and you've done a shit job on the renovation, and that might not be your fault. You might have been sourced as property by somebody or renovated by another team, and there's a lot of shit development companies in my city especially, and sources. They just source any old crap, they do it up to a crap standard, and it would look good. It would be like a book with a good cover but no content, basically. It would look nice on the outside, it would be freshly painted, but there won't be a rewire, there won't be a heating system, etc. And the landlord won't spend the money on the maintenance. HMO also stands for high maintenance operation. Basically you're running a hotel. If you stayed in a hotel and it wasn't being maintained, you'd be giving it 1 out of 5 star reviews and you'd be kicking off and you wouldn't be staying there again. Well, guess what? HMOs are the same. People want nice accommodation these days. You can't really get away with doing, like this here, magnolia walls, chipboard wallpaper, crap looking furniture. You can't really get away with that these days and expect your rooms to be filled at all times. The competition's going up. Does that mean it's saturated? I don't think so. Stuart Scott from Co-Living said to me that the mobile phone market was extremely saturated when Apple come along, and Apple dominated the market. So did that mean the market was saturated in the first place? No, not at all. It just meant that if you had a good product and good customer service and the full package, guess what? You're going to sell. You're going to kick the competition's ass. As simple as that. And property's the same. I think that people have had it too easy for too long. They could just get away with doing crap accommodation and people didn't have a choice. Well, now people have a choice because more people are jumping into the HMO market. It means that the competition's increasing, and service accommodation, the competition's increasing. So that means you need to up your game as well. So you either up your game or you get the fuck out of the strategy, you get the fuck out of the market and you go and do something else. Sorry for swearing, I know some people don't like it, but whatever. If you don't like it, don't watch my video. So saturation, I don't believe in it. I believe in innovation. I believe that you've got a good product and good management. People will come and stay in your properties and they'll stay there as well. I think that people who cry about saturation and cry that they can't fill their rooms, they're doing properties in rubbish areas, they're doing crap renovations, and then they're blaming it on other people, basically saying, and it tends to be a common denominator. I come across people quite often who, the builders shit, the sources shit, the letting agency shit, everybody's shit but them, basically. And it always seems to be a common denominator. I meet people who fallen out with the builders, fallen out with the letting agencies, they're falling out with everybody around them, and the common denominator is you. You tend to be the person, it's your head on the chopping block, it's your business. If you're falling out with people constantly, maybe you're the problem, maybe it's not them. Maybe your attitude is rubbing people up the wrong way. Maybe you're trying to get everything for free all the time, and that pisses people off as well, because everybody's in this to make money. Yeah, it's not all about you. Yeah, it is your business, but everyone else wants to make money as well. So if you're constantly trying to cut people down on prices, you're going to get half a job. You know, if you pay people half the money, you're going to get half the job. If you pay people properly and you respect them, and you talk to them like people, and you don't just try and constantly fuck people over, then you probably get a better service. Simple as that, really. So that's my little rant about market saturation and about people who come to me quite often who have got problems with other builders. And yeah, I'm going to end that video there because there's somebody knocking on the door. So cheers, thanks for watching, bye bye.